Okay, today we're playing a game on Route 66. We're in the Platinum SR range, and we will be playing Moira the entire way through. And our current team composition is Roadhog, D.Va, Pharah, Soldier 76, Mercy, and Moira. So, Roadhog and D.Va is not a fantastic combination of tanks. It's kind of the two tanks you pick when you're like, I don't really want to, play a tank, though, so I think I'll pick, what is just barely a tank, so that I can say I'm fitting the team composition, when really I'm still just kind of doing whatever the fuck I want to do. Roadhog and D.Va just, don't do anything to, make space for their team, really. They're two, just barely tanks. D.Va is, closer to being a main tank than Roadhog is, but she's not, a main tank, though. And then if the other tank is Roadhog, it's just, two not very good tanks doesn't actually equal having a main tank on your team, sadly enough. Anyway, in the accompanying email, there's a couple of questions today. I played pretty poorly on defense, and I think it was because I was pretty tilted coming into the match. So once you're tilted, how do you keep tilt from coming into the next match you play? I don't really get, super tilted. When I do get tilted, I'm just alright, I'm tilted, and then I stop playing the game for an hour, because if you're tilted and you keep playing, I find you just tend to get more tilted, so I just, stop playing for, an hour or two. Two, I also don't feel like I do enough damage in this game, especially since I had a Mercy on my team, so I can focus on doing damage more than I do. That's not actually a question. Lastly, I would like advice for dealing with good tracers, because this is the first tracer I've come across in comp that I felt actually threatened by, and I know tracers get better as you climb higher. So, the thing, this kind of doesn't sound like helpful advice, but the best thing to do is just, make sure you don't get taken by surprise by the tracer, because I find that when I'm playing Moira, the only reason Tracer kills me is because I didn't know she was coming. So she just kind of pops up behind me or next to me, and then one-clips me. If I know the Tracer is coming, I can, fade away from the Tracer and drain the Tracer and, throw my orb around on, healing or damage, depending on how threatened I'm feeling by the Tracer at the time. Moira has a lot of ways to, survive fighting Tracer. She might not necessarily kill the Tracer, because Moira doesn't actually do much damage very quickly. It takes, just from your right-click, it takes 3 seconds to kill Tracer, which is a very long time when you're talking about fighting Tracer. But, surviving is not usually an issue as long as you know Tracer is coming. So, my advice is just, if you know they have a Tracer on the enemy team and the Tracer's good, just be very vigilant for the Tracer and, don't get taken by surprise by her, because I find that that's the only reason I die to her, really, as, Moira. Or she's got somebody else helping her, but at that point, if you're 1v2ing a Tracer and somebody else, get fucked, is basically how that one goes. So, let's start the game. So we're defending first. Route 66 is a rather awkward map to defend, because it's just it's very unusual geometry, as far as the maps go. So, team is fighting really far up, which we don't really want to be doing. We're coming up here to stand with them, because, I mean, that's just, if your team are standing in bad spots, if they're too far up, you kind of have to come and stand too far up with them, because otherwise they just die, and then you have to, 1v6 the rest of the team, you know? We're playing Moira, so we can get away really quickly if we have to because of fade. Do not, don't fade like this, because, you're fading into a really confined location with people who would like to fight you in a confined location. And if you get caught with fade on cooldown as Moira, you're really easy to kill, so don't fade into, confined spaces unless, you know you're gonna kill the person, basically, or you're really sure you're not gonna get punished for it. So, Mercy's died, so we have to, heal people now. D.Va's currently purple. Don't... I know you want to heal her as soon as the purple wears off, but, don't spritz her. She's losing her mech. That's what's happening to her right now. She was too far up and she was purple. There's nothing you can do for her at that point in time. So, whole hog is happening. We've built up coalescence, so we're just going to use that, and we're going to slowly just, slip around. So, the thing with... oh, by the way, we're on the console today, I just realized we're on the PS4, consider yourself forewarned. So, when you're using Coalescence, the goal is to hit as many people on your team and the enemy team as possible. This Roadhog is not about to die. Instead of going out here, go around this way, because then you'll be in a better position to hit your team and the enemy team. Because, like, coming out this way, you gotta basically choose who you're gonna hit, and, like, at most, you're gonna hit her, D.Va, and Roadhog. If you go around this way, you can just point it through both of them and hit the enemy team as they're coming up the street behind them as well. When you're using Coalescence, you want to try and, like, position so that you can hit as many of the team as possible. And also, like, coming out back into the street is also just scary, because we know their Roadhog is behind us, and we kind of don't want to get hooked out of Coalescence as well. But, you want to try and, like, basically the goal in that position is get, like, in this nook, and then you'll be able to just shoot it straight down the street and hit everybody with it. Not that there were many people to hit with it in that situation, but... So, Soldier is shooting at us right now, and we're just kind of moving backwards in a straight line, so we're really easy to hit. We even had Fade as well, so we actually, we didn't just, like, get it as we... Oh, no, we got it as we died. Never mind. I always do it. I always look at it after we've died, and I'm like, oh, we had it the whole time. Oh, no, got it as we died. My bad. But we were just, like, walking backwards in a straight line. Don't walk in a straight line, because that's how you get shot to death by somebody like Soldier. So, fight's still going well over here. Mercy's using Valkyrie, so there's kind of no risk of anybody dying, really. I guess there technically is, but not really. Now, however, Soldier died to Pulse Bomb. So did Tracer, funnily enough. And Mercy went down to res him. She wasn't allowed to do that, and she died. So now we have to actually heal people as Moira. Isn't it disgusting? Oh, God. I don't have my recording set up properly, so I can't actually, like, change over to the usual image, which is very upsetting, because I just, like, reflexively went down and pushed to change to the scene that has the image on it. It's not there. It's not there. It's very depressing. So we ended up getting fucking murdered. So did we used Fade to dodge that, right? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Now, though, if you are going to use Fade to dodge something like self-destruct, Fade, like, further away, like, Fade further down the street, because you want to get away from the enemy team, because now your Fade is going to be on cooldown for 6 seconds. You don't want to be, like, that close to the enemy team anymore, because dying suddenly becomes a much higher risk when you have Fade on cooldown. Ideally, you don't have to use Fade to dodge an explosion, but, I mean, it happens. So, that fight wasn't going super well, anyway, so it probably ends up not mattering in that situation, but, I mean, it can. Just, like, if you're gonna Fade to dodge something like that, Fade further back, like, Fade to a probably overly safe location, because you don't want to die, basically. Dying is really bad, as it turns out. In a game where your predominant goal is to kill other people, dying yourself tends to be bad. So we built up Coalescence, unfortunately not in time to save Roadhog, and then D.Va ended up getting Pulse Bombed while Tracer was Nano Boosted, so she super lost her mech, and yeah, we're gonna lose this fight. Ended up dying to self-destruct as well. Like, we lose this fight 100% regardless, so yeah. What can you do? It's alright, it's only the first checkpoint. We're not too upset if we lose the first checkpoint on Route 66. Not that many games get decided on the first checkpoint here. It was a very rare example of a payload map where the second checkpoint can often be the hardest one to capture. Then the third one is also difficult to capture, but I see quite a lot of games get decided on the second checkpoint for Route 66, which is very unique as far as payload maps go. You know, like, how often do you see a game on Numbani? I know that's a hybrid map. Like, how often do you see a game on Numbani get decided during the second phase? Not very often. So, Roadhog's going for a flank. Don't stand perfectly still, because that's just, like, easy money for Roadhog right there. And then we end up getting killed by Tracer in the end. You know he's gonna try and hook you. Don't just, like, stand there draining the boy. Like, he's gonna try and hook you. Also, if somebody's coming at you with an ability like that, just be ready to, like, push that fade button as soon as you see the animation start. Same with, like, you know, McCree. If you see him start, if you think he's about to throw that flashbang at you, you better be damn ready to dodge that flashbang. So, this is like one of those situations where you consider throwing a healing orb over there. I know, disgusting. Oh, Jesus. But, you can throw it like... I'm holding it in the wrong fucking hand now, everything, like, you can throw it, like, through here. You can actually throw the orb through surprisingly confined locations, because if you've got, like, the dot reticle on, like, as long as the dot is not colliding with geometry, it'll go through it as, like, a very small collision hitbox. You can actually just, like, throw it through here, and it's gonna go behind the gas station. That's not the gas station, that's the, garage. The garage, and it'll heal the people back there, because it's looking a little sketchy over here right now. You could also fade along the catwalk to try and get there sooner, because you're unlikely to end up, like, you're not likely to get punished for it. We've just seen her use her booster, so she can't get up here, and the rest of their team isn't very mobile. So you could fade along this catwalk to try and get there quicker as well, because things don't look like they're going super well over here. And it's possible getting there just slightly faster might have made the difference. So we went through a, like, we don't deserve to have gotten away with what we just got away with right there, because I just want you to appreciate what happened. So we fell, and then used Fade, didn't really get anywhere. They just didn't notice us. There are times where I've been in the enemy team, and I've just, like, deliberately not attacked them, because I've been like, maybe they won't notice me if I don't attack. And then I've just kind of been able to walk away. It's, we don't deserve to get away with that kind of shit, but sometimes you do, because people are bad. Especially the people who play Overwatch. The people who play Overwatch are overwhelmingly bad at video games. I would know. I play Overwatch. So, D.Va's dead. Excellent, wonderful. Now we're gonna get killed by Roadhog as well. We just, like, gonna be getting out of that spot as soon as possible. We don't want to be, like, right in the middle of the street when the rest of our team is still regrouping. Now, we, like, as we can plainly see, that fight was not gonna come out in our favor at any point in time. But we don't want to be in the street if we're, like, the only one there. Want to be with the front line, we don't want to be the front line. Now, our front line has gotten slightly better, because now we have D.Va and Winston, so we actually, like, have a main tank. Not everyone considers Winston a main tank. Winston's a main tank. You're objectively wrong if you think that Winston isn't a main tank. I'm objectively right, and you can fucking fight me in the pit if you disagree. Also, shut the fuck up, all you nerds. Bridget is fantastic. All y'all. Bridget's terrible. Oh, she's so bad. Oh, yeah, because you're, like, fucking diving into 6 people trying to fight them in quick play. And they've got, like, 12 snipers and a Mei. And there's nobody to protect on your team, because your team is 12 snipers and a Mei. Y'all dumb. Quick play don't mean shit. Bridget's fantastic. You can fight me in the pit. I was actually... So, I've been having internet issues lately on top of everything else that I've been having issues with. So I actually played, like, 3 deathmatch games, because I was just, let's see if my internet's working well. Played Bridget 3 times, got number 1 3 times in deathmatch. Easy fucking money. You just go and hit 'em. You just smack 'em around. All of her abilities are mad fast. I don't think y'all appreciate how quickly Bridget can kill someone. Oh, she does so little damage with her left click. You got 2 fucking, like, instant cast abilities, nerd. You fucking swing, shield bash, swing, E, swing. Easy. That's like the person's dead right there and then. And then you can just give him a whap. You can give him a couple more whaps before you E him away if you want. And fucking, y'all don't appreciate how much burst damage Bridget can do. Bridget's terrible because I played her in quick play and I couldn't keep the 19 snipers alive. I wonder fucking why. Anyway, so we got Coalescence built up right now, and this is like one of the best maps to have Coalescence on, because fuck, like, you're gonna hit everybody on this checkpoint. Like, it's so easy. I kind of hate this checkpoint, because it is just like a long funnel of death, which is like... When you think about, like, the Overwatch map design, like, pathos, which is that, like... That's not the right word. Whatever. If you think about, like, the logic they have behind map design, it's like the closer you get to the final checkpoint, basically the more... It tries to, like, start open and then close off like a funnel as it gets to the end. Because the idea with the third checkpoint is that or the last checkpoint if it's like a 2CP map. The idea is that the defending team is supposed to be, like... they're supposed to feel like it's the Alamo where their backs are pressed up against the wall and they're just like... It's like the desperate last stand thing, so it's meant to be like funnel into this very like corridor of death situation to kind of like enable that to happen. You'll note that this doesn't always work, because you think about like Eichenwald, it's more like it's just closed on both ends and then the middle is super open, whatever. So this is like the quintessential map. The first two checkpoints are mad open, and then the third one is literally just a corridor. And then, consequently, not many teams get it to the end of the track on Route 66. It's probably, like, the map I see the least amount of, like, repeated rounds on. I see more on Eichenwald, weirdly enough, than I do on this, because the third checkpoint is really annoying, actually. Anyway, so we've won this fight, hooray. Our team are going mad far up right now, which we don't want them to be doing. They're back now. Fortunately, our team are also, like, quite mobile. As you can see, we basically have a dive comp at this point now as well. So that's cool. You can have a dive comp on the defending team, I don't give a shit. Oh, why would you want to have dive heroes when you're defending? Because the defending team still has to fight people, weirdly enough, and being able to just dive on the attacking team's usually more isolated healers is quite helpful, actually. So we use Coalescence mad early right now. Like, now is not... I have spilt this on the fucking keyboard. Oh, God. Oh, no. What a professional operation we run around here. Basically, we're just using it because Roadhog's ulting, but, like, whatever. Who cares, right? Just, like, save it for, like, a little bit longer. It ends up working out because Winston was about to get, like, murdered as well, so we could hold it over him. But, like, we basically just use it because Roadhog was ulting, and, like, whatever. Right. I'm not, like, we can just, like, heal through that with, like, the orb or the left click, like, whatever. So, attack visor's happening right now, we go out of the way. No, don't. You know a threatening ult's happening out there, why you don't go back out? It didn't matter. Soldier, like, was using his ult mad late during that fight. So, spooking. But it's quite easy to dodge with Fade. Fade's got quite a long duration. So a bunch of people are dead right now because they were overextending, and it was wonderful, wonderful news. We can drain the Ana to death. Oh god, rest of our team kind of dead right now. Oh, really scary position to be in because, like, we're staring right at Roadhog, so we gotta be real ready to fade in that position. Oh no, here comes Tracer, fade through Tracer, heal ourselves, good, easy money. Oh, back to trying to kill Tracer again, hooray, Tracer's dead. Heal D.Va, like, heal her a little faster than that. Cause, she... Or, like, baseline, she needed healing, but also if I'm, like, really close to having Coalescence, I'm just like, who can I heal? Healing is a lot easy charge to gain real fast on Moira. Didn't need to use Coalescence here anyway, but anytime I'm, like, right about to have my ult, I'm like, alright, who's the closest motherfucker that I can heal? Because that gets ult charged so fast on Moira. So, round's about to end. Here comes their Genji that they now have. Oh, everybody's dying. Our Mercy died. Like, I wouldn't stand this far up right now, because this is going to be the last fight. So I just kind of want to be in a good position to use Coalescence as soon as the fight starts, because I'm planning to start it, like, as soon as the enemy team commits to this fight. And if you're over here, like, you've got to back up to actually get into a good position to use Coalescence. I would have just been, like, standing further back to begin with. I also would just have, like, already pushed Coalescence, but then I might have gotten killed to that, so that'd be me shown. I said, no, I could hide around the corner if I'd used it. Here's Genji. Genji's annoying. Yo, Genji, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, he's upset. He's upset. He's like, no, this was gonna be my kill. How dare you? Fuck it, let's go. Oh, God, but I got like 3 hit points left. Oh, no. Weirdly enough, fucking laser beam beats sword on the weapon triangle. What beats laser beam, you might ask? Hammer. Hammer also kind of beats everything on the weapon triangle, though, so, you know. It's not really much of a triangle at that point, I suppose, is it? Whatever. Anyway, you know, there was a good joke in there somewhere, but we fucked it all up. Well, I fucked it up. It's whatever. It's fine. As we can see, we've won this fight. Here's Genji again. Genji's dead now, because he's the only one here, alive. He's trying to deflect the Moira and the Winston. Weirdly enough, that one didn't work out super well for him. Oh, when the person keeps playing Genji against, like, Winston, Moira, Mei, Zarya, you know, like, what are you planning to do, man? I'm gonna be like Seagull. You're in gold. Come on, dude. It's not gonna happen.
Don't walk out, don't walk out.
Oh, trap. Nobody died to the trap. It's a miracle.
No, Orisa.
They do have Orisa. Alright.
You know, I actually didn't know there were, like, little fires in this area because I don't have the graphics up that high. I didn't actually know that these tires and shit were actually, like, on fire. How about that? Today I've learned. Have you never seen a game on Route 66 before? No. Never in my life. I don't think I've ever actually personally been on this map, actually. So, enemy team coming mad far up. Junkrat gets away with it because they always fucking do, don't they? We had Fade, didn't we? We had Fade. We could have lived. We could have lived if we faded just like a little bit sooner. Like, don't be afraid to fade early. Like, fade gets you really far, especially if you jump like right at the end to preserve a little bit of the momentum. Like, if you like, be more cautious with fade because like it gets you far. So you can use it too soon, and like it doesn't matter. Like that effectively ends up being. It's better to use something too soon than it is to use it too late. Because if you use fade too early, well, you're in a better position probably because you used it to move back. If you use it too late, you're dead. So, if like a tracer's coming at you, don't be afraid to just like fade early to get away from her. So I go back now to point out the tracer is on the right side of us. So like, be ready to slap that fade button if she comes up to you and starts drilling you in the side of the head. We ended up running away because of the tire instead, which miraculously actually got broken. Fucking amazing. Mercy was... You can't do that. She's even got the Discord orb on her. So, we got Coalescence. We don't want to use it right now, because, like, our whole team's dead. It's that kind of ult where, if you're already losing the fight, Coalescence is unlikely to swing it back around, because it doesn't do that much damage. Like, 70 damage a second sounds like a lot until you consider that Mercy does 60 healing per second. So, and then Moira does, like, more than that. I forget what it maths out to be exactly, because it's weird because of the, like, regen and everything. But, like, 70 damage per second isn't very much, so, like, yeah, if you're losing a fight, Coalescence doesn't usually, like, swing it back around, tragically enough, how I wish it did. How it did. So, Zenyatta decided to use Transcendence in response to us using Coalescence. And that's a really bad idea. Because Coalescence is not as scary as some other ultimates in the game. How I wish Coalescence was as scary as Tac Visor or Dragon Blade, but it just isn't, unfortunately. So, like, they're all dead right now. Tracer is still here, which is very inconvenient indeed. Just, like, throw the damage orb around. Like, you can throw the damage orb, like, under the payload, and it'll hit Tracer no matter which side she's on, basically. Or just, like, throw it around the payload, whatever. Just, like, get that Tracer dead. Throw the damage orb over. It takes us a while to, like, line up our math on it, you know. A little bit longer than I want it to have taken, but math is hard, I know. So both their supports are dead, which is, like, terrible news for them.
Tracer's hurt.
Tracer's upset about that one. Now we're waiting for Tracer to come around. Here comes Tracer. Faye, just to make sure that doesn't kill us. It killed those people over there. It's unfortunate. Tracer's dead right now. You know, like, I'm watching this game and I'm really thinking to myself, the Tracer isn't that good. I'm not, the email talked the Tracer up and I'm just like, she's like average at best. Like, unfortunately, you can't do much to usually help a Pharah as Moira because they tend to be too far away from you. Fucking, when they see that the supports are fucking Lucio and Moira and then they pick Pharah anyway, you're just gonna be upset. You're gonna be sad. So I'm going to go back now to nitpick how long it takes us to use Fade. Like, the point that D.Va is going to do the most damage to you is when she's doing, like, this right here. Because she's going to come into you, she's going to boop you. Like, just, like, the shift and melee is 75, and then, like, she's going to be, like, shooting you and, like, maybe using her rockets if she's got them as well. Like, if D.Va's floating at you, you want to fade away before you actually get hit by her, because, like, the initial, like, collision is the point where she's going to do, like, the biggest burst of damage, and you want to avoid the point where the person is going to do the most damage to you. Which, you know, if it's somebody like McCree, it's just like, don't get shot, but someone like D.Va, she has, like, the point in time where she does, like, the most damage, which is right as she arrives on you, so you don't want to let her arrive right on top of you. Weirdly enough, when a mech lands directly on your face, it's a little bit painful. I know, it's weird, isn't it? One of those strange breaks from realities that Overwatch has. Like, you know how, like, a sniper can shoot you in the head and you die? Fucking so unrealistic. Oh, God, I hate that shit. When this game came out, and everybody was like, why does Widowmaker get to kill you in one shot? That's so unfair. What do you fucking think a sniper does? Like, what did you expect to happen? That was such a common complaint. They were like, why does Widow just get to one-shot you from, like, an entire map away? She's a fucking sniper. Like, have you never played a video game in your life? Like, what do you expect her to do? Do you expect a sniper to shoot you in the forehead and you survive? Fucking go try that one in real life and tell me how it works. You can already take a direct hit from a rocket and survive. You want to survive a headshot from a sniper? You're out of your mind. It was such a weirdly common issue people had. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all actually insane. Anyway, so this is some risky geometry we're going for. I hate using the mountains on this map for geometry because they have so many just like weird little things on them that suddenly send them going off at like a fucking 90 degrees straight up. Math is hard, especially when you're dealing with rocks. There's these little divots. Even these fucking cartoon Warner Brothers rocks. Still. So here's Tracer. Tracer's spooky. I'm trying to do a little bit of crouch dodging. Crouch dodging doesn't really work with Tracer, because her weapon's a little bit too, like, spready for that. Like, her goal is kind of just to get up on top of you and just, like, shoot. So the crouch dodging doesn't really work with Tracer so well because she doesn't exactly have a precision weapon, which is when it's most helpful. Also, we weren't really doing it well because we were not really moving at anywhere while we were doing it. Yeah, we were crouching and uncrouching, but we weren't really like moving in space. We were just kind of like in the same area still. I have to imagine that doing the crouch spam is really fucking hard on console. Like, I'm imagining doing it, I'm like, that would be really awkward to try and perform. So, fade away from that shit, don't want to get hooked, no sir, no sir, I'll pass on that one. So we use Coalescence, but like, there's nothing to use it on. I'll concede that I was thinking, like, right around here, that I'm like, maybe I'll come out of this fade and just immediately start ulting to try and kill these people with it. But like, even that wouldn't actually be very good, which is why I didn't bring it up. But now I've decided to bring it up, and I'm like, if I didn't use it then, I'm definitely not using it now because nothing was happening at that point in time, really. So we just kind of ended up using the Coalescence on nothing. Like, again, you want to hit as many people on both teams as possible with Coalescence. We couldn't even really see the enemy team at that time, so it wasn't exactly going to work out super well. So we use Fade just to make sure we don't die to Deadeye, which is fair enough. You never know when he might suddenly pivot to look at you. He's going to charge it up, though. Look. If a fucking cowboy turns and looks me dead in the eye while he's holding a gun, I'm gonna be scared, okay? Like, you know, let's be real here. So, we've lost a lot of people. They just died. Like, it was starting to look not so bad because people were actually starting to reinforce partway through. But then they died. So, like, nah, it's done. Just, like, get out. Just, like, leave. Fade out of this area because we are, like, half dead right now. I don't want to die. Use the heal orb. Heal yourself. You are in super one-shot range. Alright, Mercy's gonna come heal me. Fuck. I don't want to walk around with 41 health, especially when I know they got like a Tracer and a D.Va on their team. I just don't want it, man. So, D.Va throws that in, it gets 2 kills, which is 2 kills more than I expected it to get, honestly, and now Tracer is dead. Now, we know that the Tracer is not dead. Tracer killed Mercy. We know Tracer is behind us because Mercy died, so that's scary. So, we're in a bit of an unfortunate position right now because Mercy's behind, Tracer is behind us. I'll get the fucking names right one day. Because Tracer is behind us, like, we gotta be putting on some evasive maneuvers because, like, she has just come up behind us and basically one-clipped us while we're ulting. We gotta, like, accelerate forward, basically, or, like, start dodging around, because, like, she killed Mercy, she's behind us right now. And if we just suddenly start, like, not really moving around, or, like, move really predictably, she's just gonna kill us, like she did. And, fight was close enough that it might have mattered that we died. So, oh, baby D.Va, oh no, oh no, oh no. We took the damage from the, yeah. Like, fade before, like, we fade after she's done the big burst of damage to us already. Like, if we just fade sooner during this and avoid, like, that whole collision, we probably don't die right here. Like, the whole point is to avoid, it's like when you're playing, like, Orisa, the point is to use Fortify when the enemy are going to do the most damage to you that you can avoid. There's no point taking the damage and then using it afterwards. You want to mitigate as much damage as possible. So you fade away before D.Va, like, hits you, because that's when she's going to do the most damage. So here's Tracer again. You know, she's annoying. She's not actually that good. Like, the D.Va talked her up so much, she's like, okay. It's just, like, there's a lot of damage floating around, and she has, like, okay aim. So, like, if we're in a bad position, she's gonna kill us. So, it's currently time that we have to just touch the payload, or we might lose the round, and the whole game, actually, at this point, which obviously we don't want to have happen. We enjoy winning the video game. So we've built up Coalescence. Like, you do want to back up a little bit now. Now the goal is to go, like, right, so that we can funnel it through the whole team. We, like, you know, we're getting, like, real close to them. Again, like, again, the goal is to hit, like, as many people on both teams as possible. We should, like, back up a little bit and try to aim this through our team as well, rather than, like, moving forward into them. Yeah, in general, you don't want to move forward into people while you're using Coalescence. It's got a fucking 30-meter range. You can be standing real far away, and you're surprisingly easy to kill while you're using Coalescence, because you can't really do much to improve your survivability. Yeah, you got the regen and you're moving faster, but, like, you can't fade or use the healing orb or anything to, like, spike heal you, so it's like, bad. You're weirdly fragile while using Coalescence, even though it was one of those ultimates that makes you feel like a god. That was a problem I had when Moira came out. I'm, like, zooming into them like, I'm gonna put this right in your fucking face. And then they're like... But I'm playing Reaper, right? So... Purdy the Smexy is playing D.Va in the Catgirl outfit. This is, like, pretty stolen, actually. This isn't even the best thing D.Va did. 20 mechs called. That's very rare to see that, but it's one of those cards that's surprisingly good to see, because it's like 17 mech deaths by enemy. So that's like just 17 deaths that she, like, respawned faster in. Hooray, good job. Because usually people lose their mech to the enemy team and then immediately die afterwards. Like, that's actually, like... I am surprisingly happy to see that card. So, Not one remarkable thing really stands out. Stand further back. Yeah. But not too far back, though, because you're still playing Moira. Yeah. Fade earlier. That's the one. You want to fade before you take the damage, not after you take the damage. Because once you've taken the damage, well, you'll probably die when you come out of the fade anyway. As we did right at the end. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, join our Discord so that you can ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them. And shitpost. And I hope you found the video helpful. Oh, God. I did so well.